Someone or something was knocking on the door, but then there was complete silence, and I heard a familiar voice of our neighbor. She asked me to open the door and said that she came to ask for some salt. I looked through the peephole. It really was Mrs. Baker standing there. I would recognize her kind look and constant smile from a mile away. I opened the door with my shaking hands, looked around, and asked her if she had seen a woman in a green dress in the stairwell. She laughed and said it was a little early to date at my age. I went to the kitchen for salt and asked Mrs. Baker to come inside. I was still afraid that this crazy woman was standing there, but Mrs. Baker refused to come in, saying that the meat should be put in the oven as soon as possible. When I came back with the salt, there was no one there, and the door was open and squeaking. I quickly closed the door and thought that if Mrs. Baker needed salt, she would come back and knock again. She must have forgotten something on the stove and ran back. Fear began to retreat a little bit, and I went back to the kitchen to put the salt in place. As I approached the kitchen, I saw a black silhouette. At first, I thought my eyes were playing tricks on me, but no, there was someone standing by the window. The light in the kitchen started flashing, and I was very scared and couldn't move anymore. Based on the body shape and clothes, I realized it was Mrs. Baker, but she stood there saying nothing. "You like to look in other people's windows, don't you? Huh?" I immediately covered in cold sweat, and fear chained my body. I was just about to run out to the stairwell when her tenacious thin hands caught me. But I escaped and ran to the nearest room, the bedroom. I locked myself in the room, but she kept breaking in. I was praying that to be a dream, for all that to stop right now. And then, suddenly, there was silence. I heard the steps in the stairwell. Someone came into our apartment. "Sonny, why is the door open?" It was my mom. Mom came home from the shift. I was saved. I ran towards her in tears and couldn't say anything. She hugged me and asked me what had happened. Why was I crying and shaking? And I was just whimpering on her shoulder and couldn't say a word. That's how much I was scared.